Welcome to the video on measures of central tendency. This is just going to be a brief introductory video. Let me just get our title up. Measures of central tendency. So that's our brief concept. So what are measures of central tendency? They describe, all these are descriptors. They describe kind of typical or average scores in a given distribution. They convey information about the center of the distribution. So they convey information on center of distribution of a distribution. And they're very widely used. You're familiar with these. Of all the different statistical types of things that are out there that describe data, measures of central tendency are certainly the most widely used, not only in research but also in typical day-to-day information, sports information. What's the average at bat for a particular individual, or their batting average, right? Or their um, uh, the highest frequency or the mode of fouls or free throws. Or there's so much data. You see it in political data all the time, and on the news they're giving descriptive statistics all the time. But there's probably maybe even over a dozen of measures of central tendency, or maybe even variations of measures of central tendency. But there's really just three that we're going to talk about. So the three common types for us are going to be the mode, the median, and the mean. And you're probably all familiar, at least, with the concept of a normal curve or a bell-shaped curve. I'll do my best to kind of probably not as symmetrical as it needs to be here, but you get the point. If you consider this a normal curve, given my art limitations here, then when you think of these measures of central tendency being center points of a distribution, they, in a normal distribution, okay, if we consider this, and we haven't covered this concept yet, but let's consider this kind of foreshadowing what is to come. In a normal distribution, the middle point would be the mode, the median would give you the same middle point, and the mean would give you the same. They would all kind of converge. All three of the values would be the same data point. In practicality, that's not the way it happens. In fact, these are almost always not the same value. But it just gives you kind of the general intuition that these are the center points of your distribution. They only tell part of the story about your distribution. They don't tell all the story. But for the rest of that story, you want to talk about measures of variability, which will be in a different module for this class. But in terms of measures of central tendency, three main types: mode, median, and mean, and we're going to cover each of these in a separate video. Thanks for watching this video.